Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Diane Mitchke. Welcome to orientation for advanced standing online students who are interested in specializing in aging. Um, Hopefully, all of you can hear and see me at this point. I will be going through some PowerPoint slides during our session today to get you familiar with what to expect in our curriculum and in our program. And I will introduce you to some of the resources that we have available to help you be successful as you pursue your graduate degree. So I'm really excited that you're all able to join me this morning. I guess afternoon. Technically, it's 12 o'clock. Uh, and I think you've made a really good choice in choosing the UTA School of Social Work. If you all will do me a favor and keep your microphones muted and your video cameras turned off during our session today, that will help with the bandwidth and help you be able to hear me better. At the end of the session, I will take any questions that you have. So you'll participate in this session at the end by typing in your questions into the chat box. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you should see a little icon that says chat. So if you will click on that now and just type a hello or something quick to help me to make sure that I can tell that you're actually hearing me and understanding what's happening here. Okay, awesome, perfect, good, okay. Good. So we will then just go ahead and get started. And if you will save your questions until the end, that would help me out. When your question pops up on the screen while I'm in the middle of the presentation, it kind of gets me all distracted and then I lose track of where I was because I'm not that good at multitasking. So that would help me out a lot if you can just hold on to your questions until the end. But so I'm going to go through this and hopefully answer some of the questions that you may have, and we'll just go from there. All right, so first I'm going to share my screen with you here. All right. So, as I said, we are talking about direct practice and aging. You all have selected the Advanced Standing Aging Cohort program. This is an online-only program, and it's a 12-month, what we call accelerated advanced standing program, meaning that we have structured it so that you'll be going full-time the whole time, and as long as you stay on track with your cohort, you will be able to graduate in 1 year, so in August of 2020. This is your degree plan. This should hopefully look pretty familiar to you. This is, because you're in what we call an accelerated cohort, most of your classes are going to be offered in an 8-week format. So you will start with advanced micro practice in the first 8 weeks of the fall semester coming up right now, and direct practice with aging. At the same time, you'll also be taking one 16-week course, which will take you through the entire fall semester, and that is your Research and Evaluation Methods 2, or Advanced Research class. So that class will be spread out over the entire 16 weeks of the fall semester, but the other classes you'll take this fall will be broken up into 2 different segments. So the first segment is from August 21st till mid-October, and then your second session, 8-week session starts, and that's when you'll take Aging in American Society and Stress, Crisis, and Coping. So, because all of you are coming in with advanced standing and you've finished the foundation of generalist social work practice, you're going to launch right into our accelerated curriculum. And what that means is that you're gonna start with our um, advanced direct practice curriculum, and your focus will be on aging right from the get-go. And so all of your courses are designed to really give you very specific expertise in working with older adults. And so your coursework is really designed around the premise that you are interested when you graduate in having a career working with older adults and the aging population. So um, I think that you're going to really enjoy the curriculum. It's really a great curriculum that we've been able to craft that is unique in the sense that it's difficult to find an MSW program, certainly in the state of Texas, but even nationwide, there aren't a lot of programs that offer a focus in aging. And so I think what you'll find is that your coursework is really unique and will prepare you really well for your practice and will set you apart maybe from other social workers who haven't had that specialized focus. This is our picture of our Arlington campus. We are located on the north end of UTA's campus, right in the heart of Arlington. I know that you all are all online students, but I also know that some of you may live either in or near the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And so if that is the case for you, I would encourage you to come to campus at some point and come visit and say hello and familiarize yourself with the offerings that are available on campus. If you are not located close to DFW, you do not ever have to set foot on campus, of course. This is a completely online program, though I do hope that you will consider coming and walking across the stage for graduation in a year from now so that I can shake your hand. We are led by Dean Scott Ryan and Associate Dean Dr. Deborah Woody. And then, as I introduced myself before, I am Dr. Diane Mitschke. I'm the Director of Graduate Programs and the MSW Program Director. I've been in this role for the last, this is going on my 4th year, but I've been a professor here at UTA since 2006, so 13 years. So obviously I'm a little biased, but I will say that I think UTA is a great place to get your MSW education. We have an incredible faculty of more than 50 that are active in both practice and in research. And so there are lots of great opportunities for you to really develop some specialized expertise in the area of social work practice that you are passionate about. And we have a great faculty here to support you on that journey. I would encourage you to go ahead and link with us on whichever social media platform you use the most. We are active across many different platforms. You can direct link to us from the School of Social Work homepage. If you scroll down to the bottom of the main UTA social work homepage, you can click on one of these icons and then follow the School of Social Work from there. It's a great thing to do because we post a lot of information there on our different social media platforms about things going on at the school, events taking place, student organization meetings, news and research about faculty and their projects that they're doing. And then we also do some student spotlights. So you may find yourself on one of these social media platforms at some point during the next year. I think you've made a really good choice. We're one of the most affordable MSW programs in the country. We also are consistently ranked really highly in the services that we as a university provide to veterans. So if you're a veteran, welcome to our program. We're excited to have you. We also are ranked number 3 among MSW programs, and that's a national ranking. So across the country, we're number 3 by graduateprograms.com. And this number 3 ranking is actually specific to our online program, of which you will be a part. So I think you can feel really good about the decision you've made to be here. We've got a number of different services in place to support you along your academic journey. We know that starting your graduate degree can be sometimes a little bit scary. And our number 1 goal here at the school is to make sure that you are successful in your graduation goals. And so we have an Office of Advising and Student Success that is led by Ms. Patrice Green. And really that office, the main purpose of the office is to really serve you in terms of helping you make sure that you have the tools and the resources that you need to be successful and for you to graduate on time. So we have an office staffed with MSW level advisors. And we also have a number of resources available through the office. They can connect you with resources on campus, with student organizations, with writing referral information. So kind of your one-stop shop for help within the School of Social Work. You all have an academic advisor that can assist you in getting registered for your coursework, can also provide career advice. All of them, like I said, are MSWs themselves and have practice experience, so they would love to talk with you about your ideas for your own career trajectory. So our advisors are assigned by last name. So hopefully all of you have already connected with your advisor and have your schedule down for the fall. If you don't, please make sure to reach out to your advisor. And if you're having trouble getting a hold of them for whatever reason, or you have questions, you can always email me as well, and I can get you set up with the help that you need. So we also have, in addition to the resources within the School of Social Work, we also have a number of university-wide resources for social work students to help you be successful. You probably are already familiar with the UTA homepage. This is the place you can go to access lots of different kinds of information. And I found in that top right-hand corner, that search box is really a powerful search engine. So whatever it is you're looking for from the university, if you type that word into that search bar, you're going to typically find exactly what you're looking for. So I would say always try there first if you're trying to find something on that main website. You can also access MyMav, which is your enrollment center, from the page. If you go to the top left-hand corner, you'll see a link for MyMav, as well as your email. You can also link to Canvas, which is the course management tool we'll be using this while you're a student here. The academic calendar can also be really useful because it provides information about the start and end dates for every semester. So you can, if you're interested in finding out what your last day of class is next August, you can do that by looking at the academic calendar. The School of Social Work webpage also has a number of valuable resources, including the MSW Program Manual, which lists all of our policies and procedures, field information, as well as the field manual. We also post information about upcoming events, You can pull down the list of faculty and staff from our homepage, and you'll be able to see all of the different research and practice areas that our faculty have interest in case you are wanting to partner up with a faculty member and talk to them about their area of research or practice experience. We also post information about scholarships on our website, and actually probably within the next 2 weeks you should be receiving an email to your MAVS email address with information about all the scholarships that we offer. You'll be able to apply for those, and those will apply for the fall semester. The Career Development Center is available on our website as well. We've developed a portion of our website to help you develop your own social work specific resume. There are also external job postings that we put there, and those can be jobs certainly for you as you're thinking about your career, but they also are jobs that might be available to you while you're a student here. So I would encourage you to check out those external job postings. We typically post jobs from around the state of Texas, and many of them you can use to gain experience while you're an MSW student. The Office of Student Affairs is an important resource for you. And the one thing I want to point out about that, they do a number of things, but the one that I want to point out to you is the Office of Students with Disabilities. If you have a disability or a learning difference and you have used accommodations in an academic setting in the past, I would encourage you to go ahead and reach out to the Office of Students with Disabilities now and talk with them about your disability and the potential accommodations you might need. It may be that you go through your entire graduate coursework and you never need to use the accommodations that you have in place. But if you find yourself at any point during a semester where you're having trouble in a class and you think, I really do need to use those accommodations, if you go ahead and sign up with them now, you'll have those in place, and it'll be a really seamless transition for you if you should need them. It's much harder when you're in the middle of the semester and you decide, oh my goodness, I really should have applied through the student disability office. And so it's much more difficult to make that happen in the middle of the semester when you're already having an issue. Other resources include the UT Arlington Bookstore. This is where you can access your textbooks. I'll show you that next. Also, the Office of Information Technology, or OIT, is your resource for your email. If you want to get your email where you can download it onto your smartphone, which I highly recommend, there are instructions on the OIT website about how to do that. If you ever are having some kind of technological issue and need additional help, you can reach out to the help desk for support in that area. This is a screenshot of the uta.edu/bookstore website. If you click on books, once you get to the main web page, you will be able to enter the term that you're interested in, so fall of 19, and then your student ID number, which is the number that starts with 100 you were given when you were admitted. You can also search for a particular class and section number. Anyway, it will generate a list of the required and recommended textbooks that you need for all of your courses for the fall semester. You can order your books directly from the bookstore and have them sent to you, or come pick them up if you're in the area. You can rent or buy them. They typically have used and new copies. An alternative would be for you to simply look at the book that is required, copy that ISBN number, and then paste that into your search browser or Amazon or wherever it is that you typically want to buy your textbooks, and you can buy them that way as well. So no pressure. You don't have to use the bookstore to buy your books, but it is a great resource in terms of finding out which books you'll need for your courses. We, as a campus, are switching to Canvas for our classroom management tool. We did a soft launch of Canvas in the summer semester, and now we're going full on for the fall. So every course will be taught in Canvas at UTA this fall semester. If Canvas is new to you, I would encourage you to do some training before the semester starts. If you will, let me see if I can pull up the training site for you. Here we go. If you will type in Canvas into your search bar on the UTA main webpage, you'll get, it will take you to this page, which provides all different information about how to get used to using Canvas, everything from logging in to updating your profile, to actually navigating through Canvas courses. The other thing I would encourage you to do related to Canvas is to make sure you download the Canvas Student mobile app onto your cell phone. The mobile app is really user-friendly. You can actually do almost everything you need to do within your class from your phone, including post to the discussion boards, receive notifications about posts that have replied to your discussion posts. You can submit assignments. You can download, videos and podcasts from your course to watch on your phone. So really useful resource. I don't know if you all are familiar with the many of you maybe have used Blackboard in the past, and Blackboard had a mobile app, and it was pretty terrible. It was not very user-friendly, and there were a lot of limitations to it. Canvas's mobile app is much, much better than Blackboard's was. All right, so let's move on, and I wanted to show you an example of what your course might look like in Canvas. So let me do that for you here. So this is a course that I have developed as an example of what your course in Canvas might look like this fall. You will see that this is kind of the main page when you enter your course, and that you can download your syllabus, you can check out your instructor's information here. There's a left-hand column here where you can navigate through all the different aspects of your course, or you can use these icons in the middle. So Canvas courses are usually designed using modules. So you can see that there are a number of modules that are associated with this course. And this course, each module represents a week of the semester. It may be that in some of your 8-week courses, maybe you cover 2 modules for 1 week, but your instructor will be clear about what is expected of you and what material you'll need to cover each week. You'll see that each of the modules has various components. So for example, typically you'll have an introduction to the module. In the courses that I teach, the introduction is usually a video introduction. So I record myself kind of explaining the topic for the week and the things that I want you to pay close attention to. I also have objectives and then reminders about any assignments that are due that particular week. You can navigate through the module by using the Next button in the bottom right-hand corner of each page. You can see that there are different readings associated with the content for the course, each module, and then I also have some PowerPoint slides that connect to the readings. There are also lecture slides that are a PowerPoint presentation that typically has an audio overlay, as well as things like podcasts that you can listen to of varying lengths, and things like TED Talks and other videos that relate to that particular module's content. There's typically a discussion that will be required in your courses. So those discussions might look different depending on the content that you're covering that particular week. And then finally, there's a wrap up where, that's a big close up view of me, where in this video, I'm talking about kind of what we talked about this week, what were the things that I hope that you paid attention to, and then how does this connect to next week's content. So hopefully that is kind of helps you get an idea of what to expect in your Canvas course. All right. So moving on just a little bit, we're going to go back here. I want to point you to one additional resource that's available through Canvas, and this is something that we've just established this fall. And this is a student success and advising course. You should all already have access to this course. Let's see. If you log into your Canvas account, you should have access to this course already. If you don't, you will. We're adding new students every week. But basically what this is another kind of one-stop shop for resources. You can see there are links to MSW advising. There's a number of writing resources available through here that are actually recorded presentations based on the different writing assignments in your courses. So that'll be really a useful resource for you. There's a link to scholarship information, student organizations. There is a video tutorial about how to use the library, and this is designed by our librarian Brooke Troutman. So she talks specifically about the different kinds of databases and search strategies for social work students. So I just wanted to kind of bring your attention to that because I think you'll find that to be a pretty useful resource as you move through the program. All right. So I can't emphasize enough how important it is to check your email. Make sure you get that email downloaded to your smartphone so that it's not something you even have to think about. It's just something that gets pushed to you. You're automatically enrolled in the MSW listserv, so you'll be getting information from the advising office, from me, from the field office. We're also going to be having a newsletter that we will push out to you once a week, and this will compile a lot of that important information into a single source that you can review once a week also. So we'll be sending that to your UTA email address. Moving on, I know that many of you may have questions about field education. Although, because you all have already completed a foundation field placement, most of the information that I present to you in this will probably be pretty familiar. Your assigned field advisor is Sharon Martin. She will be helping all of you in the aging cohort establish your field placements and your partnership agreements. Other contacts within the field office that might be useful to you are Ms. Andron Williams, who is the administrative assistant. She answers the emails that are sent to SSW Field. And then Dr. Donetta Smith is our Assistant Dean of Field Education, so she leads our field education office. As you think about what it's going to take for you to be successful in the MSW program, one of the most important things that you can do at this point is to really start thinking now about your field placement. You will be starting your field placement in the spring semester. you'll be doing a split placement, so you'll do a placement in the spring and in the summer term. I know that many of you may be working full or part-time. Many of you have other life responsibilities outside of school. And so it's important to start thinking about now how you will adjust your time and manage your time to accommodate a field placement. We don't have, there just aren't a lot of solely night and weekend placements. And so it's important to start talking with, if you're working, talk with your supervisor about the possibility of being able to flex some of your time, start banking some vacation time, doing kind of the front end work to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success when you enter your placement. Your MAVS email, again, will be the way that the field office communicates with you, and they will send out emails when it's time to apply for your field placement. So you want to make sure that you're checking that, because if you miss the deadline, they don't make exceptions, and then you will not be able to continue with your cohort if you don't enter field with the rest of your cohort. In order to enter field, you have to have a GPA of 3.0 or better. That's a B average, and that is true to remain in good standing in the MSW program in general. You have to maintain a B average. So if you make a C in something, you've got to make sure that you're pairing it with an A to get you back to that 3.0. If you have a 2.999, you still cannot enter field. You have to have that 3.0 and able to be able to enter the field placement. In order to be ready for your field placement, like I said, you will be set up to be ready to enter field in the spring. You will have finished your advanced micro class as well as your direct practice and aging class, and those are the prerequisites for your advanced field placement. You will probably receive an email. I would be looking for an email from the field office in early October that will alert you to the fact that the application window is open. And so once that window opens, you want to go ahead and apply for your placement. As I said, you'll be doing a split placement most likely, and what that means is that you will be completing your placement across 2 semesters in the same agency. You'll be doing a total of 480 hours in the field, broken down into 2 semesters. That's 240 each semester, which comes out to about 16 hours a week. So your block placement, if you choose to do a block placement, which is very uncommon for our accelerated advanced standing students, because most students are not able to put in the kind of time that they need to put in to field while also trying to do their coursework. Because you would be enrolled in 32 hours a week in your block placement, which is a whole lot. That's almost full time. Beginning in the fall of this year, you will not have to purchase liability insurance. Liability insurance will be covered through your student fees, and so the university will cover you. And what that means is that should you end up getting sued or something like that by a client while you're in your placement, you would not be liable because you would be you have liability insurance that has been purchased for you. So if you live here in the DFW Metroplex, your field advisor will work to match you with an agency here in the Metroplex that is that should hopefully correspond with your geographic location, and also will correspond with your specialization. So you will be placed in an agency that will allow you to develop your skills in direct practice with aging clients. if you live outside of the Metroplex area, you will be responsible for finding your own placement and making those arrangements. However, we do have a number of agencies that are affiliated with the school already throughout the state of Texas. You'll reach out to your field advisor and let them know where you live, and if you live in a city where we have some existing placements, then they will let you know what those are, and you can consider doing your placement there. Otherwise, if you have an agency that you know of in your geographic area that you would like to pursue an internship with, some of the things to think about are that they must have a person who can supervise you who has their MSW and at least 2 years of experience. And the placement must allow you to use your skills in direct practice in aging. So you must be working with aging clients in your placement. The field website lists a number of different kind of useful resources, including important dates for field applications, when you can start your placement and when you have to be finished with your placement for the semester. There are also lots of forms that you can download from that site. And then there are recordings of field orientation. There will be field orientations which last about an hour, and they are done via live stream, kind of like this. And they'll do a couple of them each semester. If you're not able to attend the field orientation in real time, then they will also record the orientation. And basically, it's just going to provide you with more in-depth information about what you can expect from field, and go over the forms that you'll need to complete through your field placement and that sort of thing. I typically get a number of questions about licensing, so I just wanted to kind of be proactive and tell you a little bit about how licensure works at the MSW level. When you graduate from our program, you will graduate with a degree of MSW, and that will make you eligible to sit for your first exam, which is the LMSW exam. This is the license that's required for most social work employment positions. About 2/3 of employers do require a license. Like I said, you actually can apply to take the LMSW licensing exam in your final semester. So next summer you could apply to take the test. You can sit for the test during your final semester, and then once you actually graduate and you pass the licensing test, you will be given your license. You may decide to stick with the LMSW license for the duration of your career. In fact, most social workers, that is what they do. It depends on the type of position you want and the type of social work practice that you see yourself doing. And so depending on whether you see yourself being a clinical social worker, meaning that you want the ability to practice independently or diagnose mental illness, if you want to do those things, then you'll want to go ahead and pursue your LCSW license. That's kind of the next level of licensure for MSWs. It requires 3,000 hours of supervised clinical social work experience, which is about 2 years of full-time employment in a clinical social work job. You'll be supervised at least 4 hours a month by an LCSW supervisor, and then once you finish those requirements, you'll take another kind of licensing test. And if you pass that, you can be an LCSW. And that means that you can, like I said, have your own practice, diagnose mental illness in your clients, bill insurance. So anyway, that's kind of the difference between those two. There are a number of different research opportunities if you are interested in research. We have graduate research assistant positions available for MSW students. This is where you would work for a faculty member who has a funded research project for either 10 or 20 hours a week. And these often are available online for you to do research and data analysis online. So you wouldn't need to be, in the Metroplex or ever need to actually come to a live location for that. You also have the opportunity to do a thesis. This means you would be doing your own individual research project under the guidance of a faculty member. We have lots of students that choose to go the thesis route, and I would say 99% of them are really happy that they went that route. Many of them are able then to graduate from the MSW program and have a published journal article in their back pocket, which is really exciting and kind of a neat added bonus of your graduate degree. If you would like to consider the possibility of doing a thesis, please shoot me an email at some point so we can talk about it, and I can give you some ideas about faculty members who might share your area of interest and talk to you about the steps that you would take to get enrolled in thesis. I want to encourage you to make sure that throughout your program that you are remaining professional in your communication with the faculty and staff at the school, as well as with your peers. As you already know, because you have your bachelor's degrees or you finish your foundation curriculum, you know that we talk about sometimes pretty controversial things in social work, and sometimes people can have really different opinions about particular topics. Because you're in an online environment, sometimes it is easier to say things in an online environment that you might not say in the same way if you were face-to-face in a classroom. So I would just encourage you to really think about what you post, think about how you communicate with one another, and make sure that you're being respectful regardless of how you feel about a particular issue. One of the things I really want to strongly encourage you to do is to get connected outside of the classroom. We have a number of student organizations available within the school, so there's certainly bound to be at least one that you could get behind. All of our student organizations are geared toward both face-to-face and online students. About half of the students in the master's program are online students, and so every one of our organization has online members. Often they have online leaders within their elected membership. All of our organizations live stream their meetings so that you as online students can participate. So I would just encourage you to consider getting involved in a student organization while you're here. We have a brand new program called the GSL, or Graduate Student Leader Program. These are going to be appointed individuals that represent our various cohorts within the master's program, who will be advocates for the students in their particular cohort. They will host virtual listening sessions with students, and they will provide feedback to me and other social work faculty and staff about the needs that students have and any changes that need to be made as we find out about concerns and that sort of thing. I'm looking for students who are active in social media and are proven leaders, and also who are really committed to the field of social work and UTA in general. I'll be sending out an announcement with a link to the application next week, and so be on the lookout for that. It will be a pretty short, simple application that you can complete online, and essentially then you will be applying to be a GSL for the semester. So let me know via completing the application if you're interested in being considered for that role. Regardless, you will have a GSL that represents your cohort, and you'll get to know them, and they will really be your point person in terms of how to stay connected with your cohort and express any concerns that you may have about the program. We have a new program also in place. It's called Microsoft Teams. It's something that the university has just purchased from Microsoft. And it is essentially a way to communicate with students in your cohort and connect with them either via live video chat or group chats, things like that. And so what we're in the process of doing in my office right now is getting all of you added to your own Microsoft team. So you'll have a Microsoft team for the aging cohort. And so that way you'll be able to communicate with one another, get to know one another a little bit better, and that sort of thing. So be on the lookout for that, because we'll send more information about how to actually do that. So I would just encourage you to, again, reach out to your GSL once they've been assigned. We'll have lots of opportunities for you to engage with one another as well as with the larger school through faculty presentations that will be live streamed, as well as different group feedback sessions. I mentioned the weekly newsletter, so be on the lookout for that as well. That will kind of be your place to get all of the information that would be pertinent to you as an MSW student, including information about scholarships, job opportunities. We'll do a student spotlight where we'll highlight one of our students each week. It will have important deadlines and things like that just for you to be aware of. And then I would also encourage you to reach out to others in your cohort and connect in real life. I think that will be facilitated by the Teams feature that I was talking about. So if there are those of you that live either here in the Metroplex or in other cities across Texas, it would be awesome if you are able to connect and meet up for coffee or happy hour or something to really kind of connect and develop those strong networks of social support. Here's my contact information. You've probably already received emails from me, and know that my email address is my entire name, Diane Mitschke @uta.edu. You've also received emails from the MSW program assistant, Ginger Jackson. And now I am done talking and am ready to open up the floor to your questions via the chat feature. So if you will ask me any questions that you have, I am here to answer them. Yay. You can also post what city you live in case, you know, you want to connect that way too. Don't all start at once. Anybody have any questions? Silence. While we're waiting for questions, how about if each of you type your city that you live in? Very good. We have some Metroplex folks. Very good. Awesome. Lots of you are local. Good. So you guys are going to have to meet up with one another. If you don't know each other already, y'all are going to have to hook up with one another. You guys are a small cohort, which is going to be so great because you're really going to get to know each other and really have a strong network of support while you're in the program, which I think is really awesome. I think that's one of the best parts of being in a cohort is you're going to develop some friendships that are going to last you through your whole social work career, which is just really fantastic. Adrienne had a question. She said, even if you are out of state or city, did you say that we can still find our own placement if we want? Yes, so definitely if you are not in the DFW Metroplex, you will need to find your own placement. And you can do that either by looking at the placements that we already have in your particular city, or you can go out and locate a brand new placement. And we have information on the website, or your field advisor can give you information about how to get that particular agency affiliated so that you'll be set up to do your placement there. Let's see. Can we look at the slide with the list of social work organizations again? Absolutely, we can. Let's see. That was close to the end, I think. So there we are. So we've got a ton of organizations. Obviously, kind of a natural fit for you guys would be the Gerontology organization, or GO. They have typically been one of our most active organizations. They're really great. They have regular meetings where they are connecting with agencies, and they will bring in guest speakers, social workers typically from agencies that serve older adults, to kind of give you an idea of what kinds of positions are available to MSWs at their agencies, so that you can kind of get on the front end of networking there with different agencies that serve older adults. They also do different service projects. It's a really neat organization to be involved in. But again, we have tons of them, tons of other organizations. So you don't have to join the Gerontology one, or you could join that one and another one. Some of you may have been members of Phi Alpha Honor Society while you were a bachelor's student. If that's the case, you can transfer your membership into your MSW program. You can also, if you have not yet become a member of Phi Alpha, after your first semester, you will be eligible to apply for membership, and it is a National Social Work Honor Society. So that's a really neat opportunity and a good thing to be involved in. Let's see what else. Social Work Council is the general advocacy body for the School of Social Work. So that's a good one to participate in. They typically will do kind of advocacy work and network with the National Association of Social Workers and things like that. The Environmental Justice Organization is just launching now this fall. It's going to be an organization for those of you who are interested in looking at an advocacy work related to environmental issues and climate change, and how these impact vulnerable populations. So lots of opportunities to kind of get involved in different organizations. Let's see. Connor, hi Connor, says, when should we start to gather information from a potential placement if we're not planning on doing a placement locally or with someone that UTA has an agreement? Where can I get the documents needed to establish the connection between UTA and our potential placement? Yeah, so you should be able to find the documents, the forms that you need on the field portion of the UTA social work webpage. But I would also suggest reaching out now to your field advisor, because she can kind of guide you in terms of what are the steps that, she can give you some recommendations about how to go about, introducing yourself to the agency, or talking through some of the requirements that we would have of the agency in order to be a good placement for an advanced MSW student. So I would reach out to her, and I would also check out the website and see what you can what you can find there in terms of the forms that you need. Let's see, Joy says, this may be a financial aid question, but is the tuition amount the same for first and second 8-week courses? Yes, they're actually, regardless of whether you're in a 8-week course or in a 16-week course, the tuition is the same for all of the different sessions, because you're getting the same amount of semester credit hours. There's still 3 hours regardless of whether it's spread across an 8-week session or a 16-week session. Other question? Donna asks if the advisors will offer walk-in advising hours this semester. Yes, absolutely they will. That's something that I'm going to make sure is included in the weekly newsletter, what the advising hours for that coming week are, so that if you want to be able to contact your advisor without having to make an appointment, you can do that, and you'll have that information from the newsletter also. About how many aging students are there this year? It is definitely not controversial, or I'm sorry, not confidential or controversial. So we have right now in the cohort, I want to say around 15. We are still getting more students enrolling, so you may get a few more added to your cohort. But one of the nicest things about the aging cohort is that it is small, and so it really becomes a really tight-knit group, and we've seen that over the past few cohorts that have come through. It's been one of our best cohorts, and the students really stay in touch afterwards. So I think you'll really be happy with the size of the cohort. Sally says her schedule shows research and evaluation 2 as a 8-week class. It should be a 16-week class. So Sally, you should reach out to your advisor, Mauricia Davis, and let her know that you need to get into the 16-week class for the research and evaluation 2 with the rest of your cohort. And I would just shoot her an email, and she should be able to get you switched over. That shouldn't be a problem for this fall semester. Oh, Sally, I'm showing that your last name is Kroll. So, oh yes, and I apparently don't know the alphabet well. I was just looking, and you're totally right. Toy has J through PH, and K comes after J. So my apologies. Isn't it fun to do live sessions? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yes, you're so right, Sally. My bad. Okay, so Laura, yes. So you guys, we actually just redid the advising letter sets, and that's why there may be like some confusion about, oh, I was originally advised by this advisor, and now I'm told I have a different advisor. And that's because it's probably true, because on August 1st, we redid our advising letter sets because we had 2 new advisors join us. So now we have now our advisors are really able to have smaller groups of students and give more individualized attention to each student. So Laura, because your last name is Meeks, that means that you will also have Toy Howard as your advisor. So, okay. Well, very good. So I'm really excited. If I haven't conveyed that enough already, I'm excited that you guys have chosen UTA. I'm excited you've chosen to pursue your MSW, and I think you're really going to be pleased with the aging cohort and the curriculum that you will be presented with. I think it's an excellent program. You're really going to enjoy getting to know some of our faculty who focus on aging. They are stellar. If you have any problems, questions, please, please, please reach out to me. I'm happy to help you and get you connected to the support that you need to be successful. I am very excited about getting to know each of you this year, and I cannot wait to shake every single one of your hands next August at the commencement ceremony. So you guys take care. I'm going to end the call. I will tell you that I have recorded this call. So if you feel like you missed anything, you want to just watch it again, you can definitely do that. We will be sending you the link to the YouTube recording so that you'll have it at your fingertips. All right. Thank you so much. I will enjoy your very last week of summer, and we will see you next week. Okay, bye.